Hey there, flippin' awesome athletes. All right, listen, I want to teach you a little tool to make changing habits, maybe something a little bit easier for you to just swallow. Just one of those fun mental core tips this week, and I call it the AAA process. Okay, so my AAA process, I was talking to my athletes on my online group this week about it. It's just the idea that when I was growing up, whenever we were going to go on vacations, my parents always made sure that they had this insurance called AAA. And AAA just made it so that everything was going to be okay. Not that the trip was going to be without mishaps. So whenever we were going to go on a trip, there could still be a blown tire, there could still be bad weather, things could still happen, we could still lock our keys in the car. But overall, we knew that if we had AAA, there's somebody that we could call that would help us out. That was kind of one of those comfort cards. And so when I grew up and I got married and I was going to go on a trip, I would just see if my parents had their AAA card so that I could use that if something went wrong, right? So that's kind of one of the ideas, is this AAA process. What I want to say, so here's the 3 steps, all right? There's the awareness. When we're trying to change something inside of us, you want to think of 3 things. You first have to become aware. That's always the first step, right? Awareness of what's happening. And then you want to accept what's happening. I mean, you may not have to accept it, but if you don't accept it, it's going to be difficult to change it. And so if you're fighting against something, it makes it difficult to move forward through that thing. And then the 3rd step is just the application. So you become aware, you accept, and then you apply whatever the things are that you're learning to apply to try to change new habits, to change old habits into new habits. Okay, so let's break that down just a little bit. Number 1, becoming aware. The biggest thing about becoming aware is that you learn how to separate your circumstances from your thoughts. Becoming aware that your circumstances are not your thoughts, that they're separate, and that your C's are not your thoughts. Well, I call them C's because those are circumstances, and that your thoughts are not your circumstances, right? So you become aware that anything that's happening outside of you, your job, your sport, your school, your friends, your family, your past, all those circumstances about life is not happening to you. The way I heard it from my master coaches is that thoughts happen to you. So that made sense to me. Life doesn't happen to me. Thoughts happen to me about the things in life. Okay? Your circumstances in life are circumstances. What you think about those circumstances are what bring meaning to your life. Okay, whether your experience is that your life is amazing or if it's terrible, it's because of your thoughts about those circumstances. Okay, so that is the first step. And number 2 is accepting that that your thoughts are creating every experience that you're having, every result. That might not change what you do, but if you are aware and then you accept that you are the one that's in control of all this, you're the one driving the seat of your life, that you're the one getting to the results that you're having, that if you can accept that, then you can go on to the 3rd step, okay? The 3rd step is the application, applying the things that you're learning to change, okay? So I like to say it like this. You become aware that you've always been driving the same road home from workout, is what I was talking to my athletes about. You've always driven the same road home. You all of a sudden become aware that, oh, this is the road that we're always on. You'd never really thought about it because you just sat in the car letting your parents drive you or whoever drive you, and you hadn't really thought about the road you were taking. Well, then you become aware of the road that you're taking, and then you accept that that is the road that you're taking. You're going, wait a second, this is the road from here to here, and you accept that that is the road that gets you to the result that you want, to the destination that you want, okay? That you're okay with that road, or you're not okay with it. Maybe the road that you've always taken in your mind doesn't seem very efficient. Maybe it seems like a long detour. Maybe you want to try a different road. Now, before you try the other road, when it comes to the mental processes, the synaptic connections, the grooves that you've created in your brain, before you try another road, you first want to become aware that you have created the first road. Okay, you've created that pathway in your brain by thinking it over and over and over, and a belief is just a thought that's thought over and over and over. So you've created these belief systems. You've accepted that you created those belief systems that are getting you the results. And then you start to apply new belief systems. Then you can let go of some of the old ones, because if you don't even know what the old ones are, they're going to keep popping up and they're going to keep you stuck from the thoughts that you've always thought about in the past. Okay, until you know what you're thinking, you're aware of your thoughts, you accept that that is why your life is the way it is, you're not going to be able to do much changing. You can white knuckle your way through some changes, but you're going to go back to your default setting eventually if you don't accept and become aware of what you're thinking. Okay, so this idea of AAA is one of the quick, easy ways that I've been able to teach my athletes to be able to say, hey, you want a way out of this? Well, let's become aware of what your thoughts are. Let's accept that those are the thoughts that you've had, and that maybe they don't have to be the driver's seat car thoughts anymore. Maybe you can get in the driver's seat and they can just go on the side for right now. And then you want to start trying some new thoughts on. Let's start trying some new thoughts on that will require a different road, require some discomfort, that's going to require something that doesn't feel normal for you to be able to start changing the things and getting the new results that you want. Okay, so if you want some different changes, go through that process. That is a process that's going to help you make the lasting changes. All right, hopefully that gave you a little something to ponder on this week. Have a flippin' awesome week. We'll talk to you again next week. Bye, guys.